Hi guys, my name is Denise. I'm a holistic nutritionist, founder of Food for Life. Welcome to our second episode of Food for Life TV. So, Chinese New Year is coming up. It's early this year, January, and I know that usually at the beginning of the year, many of us are setting our goals for the year. We're setting our New Year's resolutions, trying to be healthier. That's usually one of the top resolutions that people have. But usually what happens is that many of the times, the holidays, the birthday parties, the celebrations, these are the big temptations where we kind of fall short and where we struggle in our goals. And so with Chinese New Year coming up so quickly, just shortly after New Year's, or January 1st New Year's, I wanted to just give you some of my tips on how I try to stay on track through all of these celebrations, because Chinese New Year will be just one of many holidays, one of many celebrations where it will be a challenge. But if you are prepared, then I believe that it will be less of a challenge for you. So I believe that planning is really the first step to success. And for me, when I plan, I need to know what I'm getting myself into. I need to know, you could say, who I'm battling against. And in this case, for Chinese New Year, it's probably the Nian Gao, the Jindui, all the amazing food that we serve, that we enjoy together as a family during Chinese New Year. Knowing the facts is important, and so I want to leave you with some few facts for you to be mindful of, and knowing this will also help you make better decisions when you're faced with them on the spot. So for example, one jindui, like a sesame ball, the calories in that is, let's see, it's 127 calories just for one sesame ball, and guess how much sugar is in there? 8 grams of sugar. So when you're taking a sesame ball, when you're presented with the jindui, you can think, okay, so 127 calories, that's probably approximately 20 minutes of cycling or running. And so you can make that decision whether you want to spend 20 minutes out running or cycling or at the gym, on the treadmill, or enjoy that extra jindui, and that I'll leave it up to you. Another killer is Nian Gao, which is actually one of my favorites. Nian Gao is just one average slice is 233 calories, 12 grams of fat, and I was just shocked by this, but 16.5 grams of sugar. Now, mind you, these are all approximate figures, but give or take a few grams, it's still a lot of sugar. So actually I started doing some research, and I also found that there are a lot of great steamed Nian Gao recipes which are a lot healthier. You can use healthier sugar alternatives. We actually have a steamed Nian Gao recipe on our blog, so check that out. And this will definitely make it easier for you to burn off. So just to give you an idea, 233 calories is closer to something like 25 minutes of running. So these are just some fun facts for you guys to keep in mind of. Like I said, knowing what you're getting into, basically knowing what's being put before you, and making that decision is one of the best ways to prepare yourself. Having said that, we obviously can't be snacking on just carrot sticks at the family reunions. So there are some tips that we can follow to help us survive the Chinese New Year while still being on track with all of our health goals. The very first one is about snacking. I know when you're going over to relatives or friends' places, they will have the chun hap for you, and there's lots of candy and nuts and all these great snacks that we're presented with. And my tip is to think of your favorite snack, choose one favorite snack, and only snack on that one snack. Because research actually shows that if you're eating one type of food, that same food, you're actually less likely to eat more of it. Whereas if you're having a nice buffet of the snacks, then you're more likely to eat more. So choose one of your favorite snacks and only take that one and see how that works for you. Of course, you can also choose not to snack and only focus on the main meals, where generally that's where it's more nutritious and you're getting more of your vegetables, at least, less sugar. So snacking wisely, that's tip number 1. And tip number 2 is portion control. This is, you can choose small plate, a big plate, and we all know that when we have, of course, a smaller plate in front of us, we are less likely to be eating more. It's just a psychological thing. There's nothing, nothing fancy about it. So what I would recommend actually is to first fill up your plate with your vegetables, with a bit of meat, and finish that first. And then when you want to go for that second, because typically, especially in a Chinese meal, it's hard for us to just have that one plate because we do tend to share. But when you're going for that second helping, that's when you can maybe eat some of like the rice, the carbs, maybe some of the sweeter things, but definitely focus on your vegetables first. And the third tip is chewing. So chewing is so important. We actually don't pay enough attention to chewing. There's a lot that happens when we chew. So when we chew, actually the very first thing is when we look at our food, just by looking at our food, it sends a signal to our brains that tells our bodies to create enzymes. And enzymes are what helps break down the food. And then when we put the food into our mouth, then that again activates the enzymes, and it's signaling to our body, okay, this is the time to activate all these digestive enzymes to help digest your food. So chewing well is really important. Our teeth, were made to break down all these foods. If we are just scarfing down the food, our digestion will be a lot slower. This is also why a lot of the times when we're eating too fast, you'll find that you're much sleepier after that because your digestion is just working on overdrive. So chewing is very, very important. Chew as much as 15, 30 times if you want. And also when you chew more, you will actually end up eating less because you're eating slower. Very important is that it takes 20 minutes for our brains to give us the signal that we are full. So if you're scarfing down the rice, if you're scarfing down your food, you're not giving that signal, that you're not giving that time for your brain to recognize that, oh, I'm full. So chewing will automatically slow down your eating. So remember, it takes 20 minutes for our brains to realize that we are actually full. And the last one is to burn your calories more efficiently. There's a lot, we have a holiday over Chinese New Year, so I would encourage family gatherings to be more active, to go out, do things together, whether it's going on a hike or playing. Play is very important. So there are more efficient ways, though, of burning your calories, and things like HIIT, high-intensity interval training, Tabata-style workouts. These are all going to help rev up your metabolism, and we want to be able to rev up our metabolism in order to be able to enjoy all the food that we get to enjoy during Chinese New Year. But no matter what style of workout you choose, the most important thing is to move. Don't finish your meal and then plop on the couch and watch TV. You definitely want to move. So movement is important. It will speed up our metabolism and just help us burn all the calories. Some people, there's science behind working out before a meal, and there's also science that supports working out after. And for me, it's really just all about moving, and of course you can choose high intensity, doing sprints and things like that, or just going out to play and having fun. So these are my tips on how to survive Chinese New Year without forfeiting your goals. So if you like this video, please share this. Remember to subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment for me. And remember, we also have other videos and also a blog if you prefer that. So until next time, Happy New Year. Wish you all the health, prosperity, happiness, and I'll see you next time. 新年快樂. Bye bye.